Kids Church. Hello, Mini Church. Welcome to today's family worship. I hope you had a lovely week and you're enjoying your summer break. Today, we're going to be talking about how Jesus healed a man, and also later, we're going to be looking at today's family challenge. For the game, you're going to need 3 household items, a plastic bag or box, face covering, which is optional. You can just shut your eyes or close them, piece of paper, a pen or pencil. And also for the family challenge activity, you're going to need an A4 piece of paper, a ruler, pen or pencil, crayon or felt pen, and a decorative items. Why don't you pause the video to get all the items you need now? Imagine if you couldn't see something or you had to guess what it is and you had to write it down. Let's find out by playing a short game together. You can play as a family, or if you're in mini church, you might want to be the one to pick the items and guess what the item is. If you're in kids church, you might want to write the items on a piece of paper while the other person picks the item. I've got T and Tony here with me who are going to play the game. Their faces are covered so they can't see. Tony is going to write down what T is going to bring out of the box and guess, and T is going to guess what it is, and Tony is going to write it on the piece of paper. So T, if you'd like to open the box and take out the first item, please. Okay, pick an item out. What do you think that is?
Tape.
Okay, so Tony is going to write that down. We're going to take the second item. What do you think that is?
Potato.
Potato?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to take out, write it down. And the last item, what do you think that is?
Glasses.
Glasses. Okay. I was just wondering if T's eyes wasn't covered, if he would have been able to see what he was doing, and if Tony's eyes weren't covered, if she would have been able to write out what she was writing in a straight line. Why don't you go ahead now and worship together as a family, and also watch the video on how Jesus healed a certain man.
Hello, Mini and Kids Church. Today's story is about blind Bartimaeus. I just wonder what it would be like to be blind. I would like you to discuss this idea with your family, and I'm sure you will have great ideas on what it looks like for someone to be blind. See you in a bit. Good to have you back. Now, let's have some explanation of today's story on blind Bartimaeus. I'm sure you have seen someone walking along the road with a guide dog. But in the days of Jesus, it was not so. Someone like blind Bartimaeus has to be guided everywhere he wants to go. He can't go to work like grown-ups do. He has to rely on people to give him money to buy food and other things he needed. Blind Bartimaeus' life was like that until he came across Jesus. One day he had Jesus walking past him, and he began to shout, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Repeatedly he shouted, and Jesus heard him, and he said, "Bring him." So people took him to Jesus, and Jesus healed him, and he was able to see with his eyes. This story shows that whatever we ask Jesus to do for us, he does it. Bartimaeus believed that Jesus would heal him, and he did. We must have faith, like Bartimaeus, that Jesus can do anything we ask him to do. Bartimaeus followed Jesus after he was healed and became a friend of Jesus. What a great story.
Now we have heard about how Jesus healed blind Bartimaeus, how Jesus made him see again and also showed him kindness. Now let's spend a few minutes chatting to God about things you might need help with, or maybe you might want God to show you how to be kind to others. You might want to whisper to God if you're in mini church, or talk in your head or out loud if you're in kids church. You can also chat to God about your highs and lows, or anything you might want to chat to God about. Let's spend a few moments chatting to God about them. Now let's catch from God and listen to what He says about what you asked Him and how we can show kindness to other people this week. Why don't you talk to one another about what and how you feel God wants you to show kindness this week? Now that we've done our chat and catch, why don't we watch our next song titled Ask, Seek and Knock, and you can click on the video link and worship together.
This week for our challenge, as a family, we're going to make a 7 days of kindness chart, just as Jesus showed kindness to blind Bartimaeus by healing him. We're going to try and show that same kindness to others. The items you need are an A4 piece of paper, a pen or pencil, crayon or felt tip, and decorative items. Get your piece of paper and rule the lines like I am doing here right now. And then on top we're going to write a 7 days kindness chart. And then we're going to write the days of the week, or you can write numbers 1 to 7. Starting with Sunday. Now once you've done that, you could decide to do something on a day. For example, Make a card for someone such as a family member or a friend who you haven't seen since lockdown. And then once you've done it, you can put a tick under it. Now you can decorate the paper like I'm going to do here. I hope you enjoy making your kindness chart together. But also remember, once you're done, you stick it on the fridge or wall where you can see it. Have a lovely week and see you next time.